Nestled in Southern California's San Luis Rey Valley lies a beach city with weather that's just about perfect. Oceanside, California has a sunny year-round climate that has been rated one of the most ideal in the United States. With its endless blue skies, fabulous beaches, and small-town charm, this coastal resort community could very well remind you of a surfing flick from the 60s. Located just 86 miles south of Los Angeles and 35 miles north of San Diego, it's a breeze to get to Oceanside. In addition to the major highways that lead right into Oceanside, there is an extensive network of rail and commuter services that can bring you into town from surrounding campgrounds. If you want to take your RV into the downtown area, finding parking is easy. There are frequent beach access points from the Coast Highway with both parking lots and plenty of street parking available close to the beach. This coastal resort community has over 3.5 miles of coastline featuring fabulous surf and white sandy beaches. Right along the beach, a popular road known as the Strand is the place to cruise and catch a little sea air. The water is warm and suitable for swimming, and the surfing is unparalleled. For those of you who would rather stay on land, you can catch a few rays or maybe the odd fish off the city's pier. The Oceanside Pier is the anchor of all downtown beach activities. It's a recreational common ground for the town, a place where young and old, fishermen and surfers, tourists and residents mingle, stroll, or sit to enjoy the beauty of the Pacific Ocean. If you can drag yourself away from the beach, an excellent way to get oriented is to catch the double-decker bus tour. It's a wee bit bumpy, but it provides a wonderful overview of what this oceanfront town has to offer. The downtown area is undergoing a revitalization as new shops and galleries are added. The new buildings share the downtown streets with older structures created in a variety of Southern California coastal styles. To make plans for your endless summer, log on to the Oceanside website at www.oceansidechamber.com. Oceanside's harbor is more than just a marina. It's a small seaside village with a borrowed New England flavor right down to the Cape Cod-style architecture of the shops and the lighthouse. But you're definitely not at the Cape. This lighthouse was built for aesthetics only. It's never been used. And the wide beachside vista right by the marina has got California written all over it. As you can see, the Oceanside Harbor has really caught on with RVers. Unlike most marinas, there's a 2-lane asphalt drive all around the shoreline, so getting around is easy. If you're looking for a spot to set up, you may want to take your trip during midweek.
It's quite easy to get a spot. For us especially, we have a vehicle with a boat trailer and they have separate stalls just for that. Best time to come in is definitely on a weekday. Weekends can be crowded.
Despite the weekend crowds, there's an overall laid-back atmosphere here, and you can take it easy by doing a little people, boat, and seabird watching. Seeing all of the friendly faces, you may wonder why it's necessary, but harbor police are on duty around the clock.
It's well policed, patrolled well. Going to let your children run around and don't really have to worry about anything. We've always felt real comfortable here. We've been coming here for 15 years. Every summer we'll come down and spend a week or two and then go back to Las Vegas and then come back and spend a week or two. We enjoy it a lot.
If you spend the day watching the harbor, you may be tempted to leave land behind and commune with the Pacific Ocean. If you're not towing a boat, you can rent sea kayaks right at the harbor or hop aboard a charter on the Oceanside Belle. The friendly crew provide a little Oceanside history, and it's a great way to experience the Pacific Ocean.
We get a lot of first-timers, but that's what the Oceanside Belle is really good for, is if you're not sure if you like the ocean, you want to try it out, see if you get queasy, this is a perfect initiation. And then you get the folks that have been maybe in the service or in World War II, they were in the Navy, and they come out here just to enjoy and be surrounded by the ambiance of the ocean. It's really fun for the kids. We let them drive too, so they get a thrill out of that. I like coming to work. It's fun. I love the ocean, and I like the way it changes every day, and from morning to afternoon to night, and I like the people. The people seem mostly happy, especially here on the Oceanside Belle. These people are having a good time, so it's fun.
The day parking here is free, but if you plan to stay longer, it'll cost you $15 a night. And the maximum stay is 5 days. A good idea, or they'd never get you to leave.
If you head into town to do some sightseeing, you'll find a museum devoted to the sport that put Oceanside on the map: surfing. You may be surprised that there's a museum devoted to hanging 10, but people around here take their surfing seriously. The California Surf Museum is part shrine to the surfing life and part historical archive. The museum actively locates, collects, documents, and preserves historic surfing memorabilia. Several of the exhibits honor surfing's forebears in Polynesia, but the museum's focus is the surfing heroes who made the sport popular during the 20th century.
Surfing itself goes back about 2,000 years. No one has any written record of that because no one was able to write during that period of time in Polynesia. And 400 years ago, they found Hawaii and moved a lot of their families there, and that's how we got the Hawaii of today. But as surfing started to come back into vogue again around 1900, so did the guys wanting to share their surfing with their daughters and their kids, and the single guys wanting to share surfing with the new girls that were on the beach. So a good way to meet them was to take them out on a surfboard. You'd actually pay them like $1, and they'd take you out and give you a surfboard ride. Tandem has been around for, as far as we know, at least 400 years, and we assume it probably was in Polynesia 1,000 years ago too, but there's just no way to figure that out at this point in time. Some people look at it and say it's kind of like figure skating in a way, except the ice is moving all the time and so is the board while you're trying to do these acrobatics.
And of course, there's plenty of space given to those daredevils that manage to ride in on 30-foot tsunamis. That's a really big wave to you landlubbers. It's only fitting that in the museum's early years, it was housed in a ramshackle building that was once a biker bar. This is a sport where attitude is everything. And beyond just being a sport, some consider it a lifestyle at the very heart of Southern California beach culture. Rich, as with all surf gurus, tries to share the surfing philosophy with the uninitiated.
I don't know how to explain it to you, but when you ride the wave of Mother Nature, it gets in your system and in your blood, and you never really lose it. And that's why the museum has become so popular today as it is now, because people are reliving the experiences that they had in the 60s and 70s, because you get away from it. You have families, you get a real job, you wear a suit, you drive around in a BMW, whatever yuppieism that you're going for. And then later, another 10, 15 years later, you go, man, that's not what life is all about. Life is just surfing and having a good time. So you teach your kids to surf, you go out surfing with them, and now we have this great resurgence of surfing. And that's probably one of the reasons that you're here today, is because surfing is back in vogue. It's more popular now than it even was in the 60s, because you have all the people from the 60s surfing, and then all their families surfing at the same time.
The respectability surfing has attained is reflected in the museum's new location. From its modest beginnings, it is now located in a trendy part of town and is considered a cornerstone of the beach tourism industry in Oceanside. You can surf on over to their website at www.surfmuseum.org. Or, when in Oceanside, pay a visit to the California Surf Museum. Who knows? You may find yourself dreaming of catching a 10-foot wave.